Hello students, welcome to another session of module 4. So today we are discussing a very important topic called echelon form and row reduced form. Moving on to the objectives, today we will revise what we have studied in the last class and finding the solution for the equation Ax is equal to b and Ax equal to 0, and what you mean by echelon form and row reduced form. Also define what is the rank of a matrix. So in the revision we have we have discussed so far about what you mean by vector space. Vector space is something which is closed under addition, vector addition and scalar multiplication. Then subspace is a subset of vector space which follows the same rule. Column space of vector A is given by all the linear combinations of the column vectors of a given matrix, and null space is all possible solution of a system of linear equation Ax equal to b. So this is what we have studied in the last class. Coming to the today's topic, we will consider an example where a system of equation x1 plus 3x2 plus 3x3 plus 2x4 equal to 1, 2x1 plus 6x2 plus 9x3 plus 7x4 equal to 5, and minus x1 minus 3x2 plus 3x3 plus 4x4 equal to 5. This is the system of linear equation given, which is represented in Ax equal to b form. So where A is this matrix and X is this matrix and this is the B part of the matrix. Now we have to find the null space of this one. So we have discussed in the last class how to find the null space of a given equation. What you have to write, Ax is equal to 0. Now A is the given matrix and right side part we have to put everything is equal to 0. Now as we discussed, a matrix can be written as a linear combination of column matrices. So this will be x1 times 1 2 minus 1 first column, x2 times the second column, and x3 times the third column, x4 times the fourth column equal to 0. So when you want a null space, you have to equate it to 0. Now if you see, analyze the equation columns properly, we can see that 1 2 minus 1, this is 3 6 minus 3, which is 3 times of the first column. So can I write like this one is 3 can be taken outside, so what remains is 1 2 minus 1 here from 3 6 minus 3, and the second one is 3 9 3. There is no relation between the previous columns, but the last one is like 3 minus 1 is equal to 2, 9 minus 2 equal to 7, 3 minus minus 1 is equal to 4. So this is a linear combination of these two, first column and third column. So I can write it as like x4 into the third column minus the first column, 1 2 minus 1 is equal to 0. Now if you can see here, this has 1 2 minus 1, this has 1 2 minus 1, and here minus x4 has also 1 2 minus 1. So together I can write together x1 plus 3x2 minus x4 is into 1 2 minus 1. And similarly the column vector 3 9 3 is here with x3 and for x4 also. So x3 plus x4 into 3 9 3 equal to 0 0 0. So this can be 0 if and only if this part equal to 0 as well as this part is equal to 0. Both should be 0. So the condition is x1 plus 3x2 minus x4 is equal to 0 and x3 plus x4 is equal to 0. So when x3 plus x4 is equal to 0, I can write x3 is equal to minus x4, and when x1 plus 3x2 minus x4 is equal to 0, I can write x1 is equal to minus 3x2 plus x4. So here if you see here this one, when x2 is equal to 0, when put x2 is equal to 0, what happens to the equation? X1 is equal to x4 and x3 is equal to minus x4. So I can write x1 is equal to x4 is equal to minus x3, or I can take instead of taking x1, which is a dependent variable, I can take here x4. So if I make it as x1 is 1 times x4, right? So I have to put 1 here. There is no x2 here, so x2 is 0 we have taken, so that is why here it is 0. And x3 is minus 1 times x4, so that is why here you have minus 1. And x4 is x4 itself, that is why 1 here. So I can take x4 from all the terms, so x4 times 1, 0 minus 1, 1. Similarly, in this one, if I substitute x4 is equal to 0, so when x4 is equal to 0, what happens? X1 is equal to minus 3x2, right? Because this part is 0. So x1 is equal to minus 3x2, and x3 is equal to minus x4. x3 is equal to minus x4. Since x4 is 0, x3 also, x4 both will be 0. So this I can write as x1 is minus 3 times 2 x2. So I have to take x2 here outside. So x1 is minus 3 times x2, so I can write 3x2, and x2 is x2 itself, and x3 is 0 here, and x4 is also 0. So that is why minus 3, 1, 0, 0 will be the second set of. So what is our null space? Null space is actually the linear combination of x2 times minus 3, 1, 0, 0 plus x4 times 1, 0 minus 1, 1. Or this part of solution is null space, I can represent as xn, since it is a null space solution. Now I have to find the actual value of x1, x2, x3, x4 with the considering ax equal to b. Ax equal to b. So this is our equation actually. So I have substituted the value of b, which is given as 155 here, and I am making the augmented matrix, which has the left part is a and the last column will be the b part. Now I have to do the elementary operations such that I have to take first one, this as the pivot element. So whatever comes below this one should be 0. So the first element is 2. So 2 I have to make it as 0 by using this pivot element. So I have to subtract 2 times of 1. So that is why R2 becomes minus 2 R1. So what happens here? 2 minus 2 times of R1. So 2 minus 2 0, 6 minus 6 0, 9 minus 6 3, and 7 minus 7 minus 4 3, and 5 minus 2, that will be 3. So that is the first row we got by doing this operation. R2 gives R2 minus 2R. Okay, try this one in your notebook also. Similarly, R3 gives R3 plus R1. Why? Because this is minus 1. I have to make this one as a 0 using 1. So I have to add this one, then only it will become 0. So R3 becomes R3 minus R1 or R3 plus R1. So minus 1 plus 1, it will give 0. Minus 3 plus 3, that will give 0 again. And 3 plus 3, that will become 6. 4 plus 2, that will become 6. And 5 plus 1, that also will become 6. So we got this set. Now I have pivot element here. The next pivot element should come here, but what we have is there is no pivot element here. Instead we have a 0. So we go for the next. We will see whether you have something below in this column. We don't have anything. If something is there, you have to interchange the rows. For example, if you have got 1 here, then you have to bring this one up so that you get the pivot elements here in the diagonal elements. But in this case we don't have anything, so this is done here. So this part is done. Now we have 3 as the pivot element. So diagonally we don't have, here we don't have, so we have here. So all the things which comes below this one should become 0. So which is nothing but 6, I have to make 6 as 0 using 3, means I have to subtract 2 times of R2. So that is why R3 becomes R3 minus 2 times of R2. So what happens? 6 minus 2 into 3, that is 6 minus 6 will be 0, 6 minus 6 will be 0, and 6 minus 6 will be 0. So what you got so far is like a staircase like pattern, right? That is nothing but called, this staircase is called echelon. That is why this form is called echelon form. And you have one complete row as 0. So this is actually represented as U, because this is an upper triangular matrix and this is X, and you have something called C, which is modified version of P. So you have Ux is equal to C. And the very important thing what you have to note is, if some column is 0, some row is 0, then the corresponding element in the C also should be 0, then only it has a solution. Otherwise, for example, if you got some 1 or 2 value here, what does this means? 0 times x1 plus 0 times x2 plus 0 times x3 plus 0 times x4. 0 into x1 is 0, so 0 plus 0 plus 0 is equal to 1. That doesn't make any sense, right? Adding all zeros gives 1 or 2 or some value. It doesn't make any sense. That is why if you get any value here other than 0, then the system has no solution. This is very important, just note down this one. The corresponding element of C, which is all zero row in A. So if you get 2 all 0 rows, for example, if this is also 0 and 0, then here also it should be 0, then only you can solve the systems, otherwise you cannot solve. So this is the Ux equal to C format. Now from this one I have to get the value of x1, x2, x3, x4. So what I have to do, from the first equation I can write it as 1x1 plus 3x2 plus 3x3 plus 2x4 equal to 1. So that is why x1 plus 3x2 plus 3x3 plus 2x4 equal to 1. And another equation is from this one, that is what, 3x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 3. So 3x3 plus 3x4 equal to 3, or I can cancel all the 3's which is common. I can write x3 plus x4 equal to 1, or x3 is equal to 1 minus x4. So this is one equation. This one is one equation, and here in this one, if I take x1 to one side, what you will get, x1 is equal to 1 minus 3x2 minus 3x3 minus 2x4, or instead of x3 I can substitute 1 minus x4 here instead of x3. So that will become 1 minus 3x2 minus 3 into 1 minus x4 minus 2x4, or x1 is equal to minus 2 minus 3x2 plus x4. So that is what here, if you can see, x3 is independent, but it depends on x4, and x1 is independent and it depends it's dependent on x4. So x4 and x2 and x4 can take any values. Based on the value, x1 and x3 changes. That is why the pivot columns, we call this one as a pivot, right? This is also a pivot. We don't have any other pivots here. The next pivot should come in the third row. So these two are the pivots. These two are the pivots. So this column is a pivot column and this column is a pivot column. So this corresponds to x1, this corresponds to x3. So pivot columns are dependent column, which depends on free columns. So the remaining two columns, this and this, are called free columns. Okay, free, why they are called free columns means they can assume their own value. Based on that value the solution changes. So always remember, the elements with the pivot element is called pivot columns, and the remaining elements are called free columns. Now what we have is, you have to write it as a linear combination of free columns and right side. So our entire solution x1, x2, x3, x4 is, now we know that x1 is equal to, here we have the equation, right? X1 is equal to minus 2 minus 3x2 plus x4. So it is a linear combination of x2 and x2, x4, which are free variables. So what I can write is, first a constant, a vector for a constant element, then a vector for x2, and the third is for x4. So x1 is minus 2, that is the constant part, minus 3x2, that is why minus 3 comes here, plus x4, that is what, 1 here. And x2, what about x2? x2 is a dependent variable, that is why it doesn't have, I can write x2 is equal to, there is no constant, that is why 0. There is no term which consists of x4, only x2 element is there. So I can write x2 is equal to 1 times x2, and there is no constant term, there is no x4 term. So that is why the constant term is 0, x2 term is 1, and x4 term is 0. And for x3, so x3 is again a dependent variable, which depends on the free variable x4. So here this is a constant term, there is no x2 term, but x4 term is there, which is minus 1. So I can write it as x3, 1 comes here, and there is no x2 term, that is why 0 here, and x4 is minus 1 times, that is why minus term 1 times x4. And for x4, x4 is again a free variable, that is why we don't have any terms in free, in constant as well as x2 term, and x4 is 1 times x4, that is why 1 comes here. So that is what our solution. Now if you see this solution, we have this solution which we have seen earlier, where we have seen this equation, this one is nothing but our xn, minus 3100 times x2 plus 10 minus 11 times x4. The same result we have got here. So the entire solution for ax is equal to b or ux equal to c is now two parts. The first part is the solution for, since it depends on 130, and the second part is ax is equal to 0. So I can generalize this thing, that the first part is called the particular solution and the second part is called the null solution. So our entire solution I can write like this: if a m linear equation with n variable is there, then ax is equal to b. Since I can write b is equal to b plus 0, then I can write ax is equal to b plus 0. Now this, there are two sides for equation, so there should be two solutions here. So I can write ax as two components, x1 as well as x2 component. The first one is the solution for ax1 is equal to b, and the second one is the solution for ax2 is equal to 0. So this solution is all depends on b, means this solution is particular for b. This is the null space. So x1 is the solution for ax1 is equal to b is called the particular solution, and x2 is the solution for ax2 is equal to 0 is called the null space of A. So totally the complete solution will be xp plus xn. So this is what we have seen so far. Now we will move to how to identify this complete solution as a particular solution plus this one in an easy method. So what we want is, you have to go for a new method called row reduced form instead of echelon form. So row reduced form is obtained by using a upper matrix, upper U matrix, upper triangular matrix. I have to make all the entries in the pivot column to 0. So here whatever entry is there in the pivot column, everything should be 0. and all the pivot elements should be scaled to all the pivot elements. The spelling mistake is there here also. So all the pivot elements should be scaled to 1. If you have, what are the pivot elements here? This one and this one. Now this is already 1. I have to scale this one to 1. So that is what I have to divide this entire thing divided by 1. So what I have to do is I have to make all the elements in the pivot column. So here the first column, this is nothing but u. From A I obtained u. Now I am doing the operation on u now. So in the u, all the elements except the pivot element should be 0. So this one is the pivot element. So except the pivot element, all other are already 0. So I have to do nothing here. Now what is the next pivot element? 3. Now except 3, all the elements should be 0. I have only one 0 here. Now I have to make this one as a 0. So what operation I have to do to make this one as 0? So this is in first column. So that is why first column changes to 3. I can subtract 3. So that will become 0. So that is why R1 minus R2. So what happens here? 1 minus 0, 1. 3 minus 0, 3. 3 minus 3 minus 3, that will be 0, and 2 minus 3 will be minus 1. The same operation I am doing here also. 1 minus 3 is minus 2 comma 3. Now two things are done. The first part is done. So what is the first part? I have to make all elements in the pivot column to 0 except the pivot column. So that is this is the pivot column, except the pivot element everything is 0. This is another pivot column, except the pivot element all things are 0. So that is done. Now the second part is I have to scale the pivot element to 1. So here I have 1, so nothing to do here, but here I have 3. So I have to divide the entire row by 3. So what operation I have to do is R2 becomes R2 by 3, which scales the all the elements in that row. So in this row you have 0 by 3 0, 0 by 3 0, 3 by 3 1, 3 by 3 1, and 3 by 3 1. So what you get is 1 3 0 minus 1 x minus 2 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 0 0 0. Now from this one you can directly write the equation. No need of splitting the columns and everything. Directly from this one we can write the equation. 1 times x1 plus 3 times x2 minus x4 equal to minus 2, and x1 that means you can, since this and this are pivot elements which makes identity matrix, so this corresponds to x1, this corresponds to x3. So these are the dependent which depends on the free variables. These two are the free variables. So these two are the free variables. So I have to write in terms of that. That is why I am taking x1 in on side and removing all the elements to the right side. So I will get x1 is equal to minus 2 minus 3 x2 plus x4. Similarly, from this 2 I can get x3 plus x4 equal to 1, where x3 is pivot column. So that is why I have to keep it on left side, and the non-pivot column I have to move to the right. So 1 minus x4. So these two are the equation. Now we have to represent this as a complete solution. So how to represent this one? So I have to write x1 x2 x3 is a particular solution plus a linear combination of free variables. So what are the free variables here? Free variables are the second and fourth one, that is why x2 plus x4. So first thing I have to do is, in this case, is simple. What I have to do is, since x2 is a linear combination of x2, means only x2 element, the element 1 will be here, because 1 into x2 will be x2. If you see this entire row, except s2 nothing should be there, because x2 equal to x2 only, nothing else. So that is why this part will be 0 and the last part will be 0. Similarly, another dependent variable is x4, independent variable is x4. So x4, as we know, x4 is equal to 1 times x4. So here 1 should come and everything should be 0. That is what? 0 0 1. Is that clear? How to write the independent variable or free variables first. So once it is done, we have to fill the remaining dependent variable, that is pivot variables. So what are the pivot variables here? x1 and x3. Now x1 is what? We have the equation. x1 is minus 2 minus 3 1 times x4. So this is in the same order. So first I have to fill minus 2, then minus 3, then 1. Similarly x3 is what? x3, you can see here, x3 is 1 minus x4. There is no x2 term, so 1 0 minus 1. So that is what I have to fill here, 1 0 and minus 1. So this is how we get the solution. Now without writing any equations, I can directly write from the row reduced form. How to write the solution? This solution, once you get the row reduced form, what you have to do is, given the matrix if it is there, convert it to row reduced form. Once it is done, what you have to do is, you can write this table without doing any equations. What you want is this table is enough. So the first thing what you have to write is like this: x1, x2, x3, x4 is equal to particular plus the free variable, combination of free variable. The second step is you have to write correspondingly, that is for the x2 put 1 near x2, and for x4 you have to put 1 near x4, because they are the free variables. And this filling can be done directly from the matrix. These 6 fillings can be done directly from the matrix without writing the equation. What you have to do is, you have to carefully observe the matrix. Now we know that this is minus 2, right? For x1, which is a dependent, for corresponding value is minus 2, so this will be minus 2, and the coefficient of x2 is 3 here, but when it comes in this side it will become minus 3, so you have to take a negative of this one, and coefficient of x4 will be minus 1. When it is taken here, it will become plus 3. So from the table only I can write minus 2 comma and minus 3 comma, and minus 1 comes to right side 1. So minus 2 minus 3 minus 1 for x1, and the remaining 4 is for x3, which is again a dependent variable. So this is the equation corresponding to that one. So for x here the constant part is 1, so that is done, and you have no free variable here, that is why the x2 component is 0, and the x4 component is 1 here, so when it comes here it will become minus 1. So 1 0 minus 1. So these two things I have to fill in the table. So minus 2 minus 3 1, and 1 0 minus 1 in these positions. In these positions I have directly filled that one from the matrix. So this is what the row reduced echelon form, and how we get the complete solution. So we got the complete solution here. This is the complete solution, which is a particular solution plus a linear combination of null space or null space solution. Now if you have m equations with m variables or n equations with n variable, this part will be 0, because there won't be any null space which has unique solution, which there won't be any null space. If it doesn't have any solution, the b part will be the column part, as we discussed earlier, won't be 0, and if it has infinite many solutions, this is the condition. So when the infinitely many solution comes is when m is less than n, or m is greater than n, m is less than n. Number of equations is less than number of variables, then you will get this kind of solution. So you can get that one directly from A by reducing it to row reduced form. So that is the method. Thank you.